Welcome to Gelatin Art Market's Academy of Gelatin Art. In this video series, we will show you everything you need to know to start making gelatin art desserts. As you may already know, gelatin art desserts are made by drawing flowers and other shapes in clear gelatin. We will lead you step by step through this process and give you all the recipes you need to make the desserts featured in these videos. When it comes to gelatin desserts, the most important ingredient is the gelatin powder itself. To make great tasting and beautiful gelatin art desserts, you must use high-quality gelatin that has the following characteristics. Number 1. It must have a high bloom value. This will determine the firmness of the finished dessert. The higher the number, the stronger the gelatin. You should be looking for gelatin that has a bloom value between 250 and 300. If the bloom value is not indicated on the package, the powder is most likely not strong enough for gelatin art. Number 2. The gelatin powder used must produce a very clear and transparent dessert. You can see the difference between these two types of gelatin. The one on the left has a noticeable dark yellow tint and produces a darker colored jelly. Number 3. The powder must not have a strong odor. Low-quality gelatin will have a very strong and unpleasant odor when it's mixed with water. This can make your gelatin desserts smelly and unappetizing. High-quality gelatin might have a bit of an odor when it's soaking, but the finished dessert should not have a noticeable aroma. The flavoring you use in clear gelatin should be clear and free of oils. Fruit flavors work best and give your desserts a taste similar to store-bought Jell-O. We have a wide range of different artificial and natural flavors to choose from. We also have an easy-to-use starter kit that has all the ingredients you need to get started. The starter kit and all other ingredients can be ordered on our website, gelatinartmarket.com. Now that you understand the importance of choosing the right ingredients, we can move on to the preparation phase.
In this first lesson, we will show you how to make the clear gelatin base. So let's get started.
To prepare the clear gelatin base, you will need the following ingredients: 1 liter of water, 3 tablespoons of gelatin powder, 2 cups of sugar, 1 teaspoon of citric acid powder, and 1/2 teaspoon of concentrated food flavoring. Pour 1 cup of cold water into a small bowl. Measure 3 tablespoons of gelatin powder into a small container. Sprinkle gelatin over water and mix with a fork or a small whisk. Do not whisk too much air into the gelatin. If you do, there will be a lot of foam in the pot when the gelatin mixture melts. Let the gelatin soak for 5 to 10 minutes. Put 3 cups of water into a saucepan. Add 1 teaspoon of citric acid and 2 cups of sugar. Heat the mixture and stir until all the sugar has dissolved. Do not allow the water to boil. As soon as you see thin streaks of vapor appear above the water surface, remove the pan from heat and add the soaked gelatin. When the gelatin has melted, add the food flavoring and stir to distribute it evenly. You may have a lot of foam on the surface at this time. Most of the foam will disappear on its own if you stir the mixture occasionally as it cools, but you can also remove it manually using a sieve. Rinse it with hot tap water between scoops. Allow the liquid gelatin to cool to room temperature, and then pour it into containers. If this is your first time drawing flowers in gelatin, you may want to prepare a separate container for practicing individual petals. We will refer to this practice container in the upcoming lessons. If you have gelatin art tools and will be joining us for Lesson 4, we suggest that you make one more batch of gelatin and fill several larger containers at this point. Leave the gelatin in the fridge for 8 to 12 hours to set completely. When the gelatin base has set in the fridge, close the containers with lids to keep them from drying.
One last thing to note about clear gelatin, watch out for drips and spills. Liquid gelatin is hard to see. It looks and feels like clear water, but it becomes very sticky when it dries. Don't let it drip all over your kitchen, and wash all work surfaces and utensils with plenty of warm water to avoid having to deal with a sticky mess afterwards.
We hope you have enjoyed this short introduction to gelatin art. In Lesson 2, we will show you how to make the color base and how to work with food coloring.